to the Business Lunch and Talk. This is the April Business Lunch and Talk. So we've been having these now for well over a year on the last Thursday of each month, sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce. And it's just kind of a community, it's a platform for the community to share about their organization, about events, about things that are going on in La Junta and around the Otero County. And so we want to first of all thank CCOM. They sponsor this Business Lunch and Talk. CCOM, we have CCOM internet and phones in the chamber office, and we want to thank them for keeping the chamber connected in the community. So we want to first, we're going to visit with Greg Kolomitz. He's going to talk about the chamber and things going on in La Junta. So Greg, welcome this morning.
Thank you, Julie. As always,
I can't hear you.
To CCOM for providing us with. Is that better?
That's a little better.
All right. I'll just maybe have to lean in a little closer. I'm sorry, but Julie, thanks for, as always, doing this. I think the chamber is, we're making some significant progress. One of the things that we are going to do that we're really excited to be doing is we're going to be giving gift cards out to the graduating seniors from La Junta, Swink, and Cheraw. We're going to be providing those just with a little note of congratulations. Not going to be much, a $5 gift card from some of our local businesses. And Greg, we're excited.
Greg, they're also going to go to the graduating seniors from Goal Academy, Pioneer Christian, and the homeschool kids.
That's correct. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. So that's kind of a neat little thing we're trying to provide for our local kids, acknowledging their success and trying to generate a little foot traffic in some of our businesses. So that's something we've got going on. We're also really excited to say we're going to kick off the business after hours season, if you will, on May 26th. The chamber is going to host the first business after hours. We're going to do it outside in the plaza. We'll have some entertainment and some food. So we're excited to kind of get that season going. And we've got, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we've got some other sponsors lined up for June and July. So we're excited to kind of get that going for the summer season. Also, don't think I've mentioned this previously, but we're proud participants along with Dr. Alvarez and several other community entities to sponsor the bike share program. We've got 2 bikes stationed right outside the chamber. I think it's a great thing for La Junta. It's a great thing that we've all come together as a community. Cynthia had a huge presence in making that all happen. So many thanks to her for that. And then Small Business Week is this week. I'm reading Tim Marie's notes. Thank you, Tim Marie.
It's the 1st through the 7th.
It's the first. It's the 1st through the 7th, Greg.
Time. Small business. We're a community. Okay. And then finally, I know I mentioned this last time. I'll continue to mention this. Early Settlers Day, and we've got martini shot lined up and booked for our entertainment. We'll do the entertainment down at the plaza, look a little different, but we're really a quick summary of what we're doing at the chamber, and always looking for feedback and input.
So those are our chamber activities. So does anybody have any questions of Greg about anything coming up with chamber? So if you do, just give us a call here at the chamber or call Greg.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, Julie, I'm gonna have to sign off.
Okay,
And I'll catch up with everybody. Thank you for everybody's participation. Thank you.
all right, thanks, Greg.
You're
So
welcome.
now we're going to hear from Danelle Berg, who is the Otero County Economic Development Director and works on special projects. Danelle, do you want to come on and share what's going on in the county?
Sure. Thank you for having me today. Probably the most wonderful thing for this group of people is that there is an organization called Otero Partners Incorporated. Otero Partners is all communities within Otero County, as well as Los Animas County and Otero County belong to this organization. And the organization is responsible for business loan fund dollars that are available to new businesses, existing businesses, wannabe businesses, those types of people. We're funded through the Community Development Block Grant from the feds, and then we loan those dollars out. Then when those dollars are repaid by businesses, they go into a different pool that they lose a little bit of their identity, so we can do a few more things with them for businesses. So you would go out to the Otero Partners Inc. website. All of the information is out there. The business loan application is available. A description of each of our funds, what we can and what we cannot fund. The application, as I said, is there, and all of that comes back to me. And then I put together a loan packet that goes to a loan review committee. The review committee gives an opinion back to the board of directors, and then the board of directors chooses to fund or not fund. If they choose to fund, then we start the loan process. You and I would sit down together and we would prepare the loan documents, get all the signatures required, and then I would give you a check. And you, when you sign those documents, you agree to certain criteria. One of those things is that, of course, you have to respond on a quarterly basis and provide your business financials, and that's so that we can continue to help you. It's not checking up on you as much as it is if we see something that you might be able to do better, then we can get back in touch with you and work through that process on your behalf. So right now, I probably have 12 or 15 loans out in Otero and Los Animas County cumulatively. But you would not believe how over the COVID situation, as we come out of that there are more and more entrepreneurs looking to start businesses across the county as well as in Los Animas County. So you can find all of that at Otero Partners Inc. online. The other thing I'd like to give you an update on, if you've heard about the Southeast Housing
Now, Danelle, I do have a question.
Sure.
If you're gonna apply to Otero Partners, do they have to be 18 or older?
At this point, you have to be, yes. We have talked about doing a youth entrepreneurship loan, but it would still have to be the parent or guardian who took out that loan on behalf of the student. That is not finished yet. That is still in our attorney's hands. So
Oh,
yes,
so you are still working on it?
Yep.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you.
Southeast Housing Program or Project. This is a 6-county region housing project that has been about a year in the making. We will break ground in Crowley County in the middle of May for the first set of duplexes that are going to go up there. The celebratory groundbreaking will be in Los Animas, the town of Los Animas, in late May. So we don't have that ready for publication yet, but we're hoping that this project is going to build about 92 doors. So that means part of this is duplexes. So there's 2 doors to a home. The duplexes are all rentals and then individual homes as well across the 6-county region. The reason that we're doing it is the biggest deterrent right now to having people come into our community is housing. You can be on Facebook, and I don't care what page on Facebook that you like, everybody's looking for a place to live. It's difficult for communities to get new businesses to come into their community without housing for their employees. So this is just a start, and we're hoping that the market then takes over. And we're talking about a phase 2 and a phase 3 coming up. So watch for those. Houses will have construction. We have a developer, but they will be using local contractors and expertise to build these homes. So there were meetings held last fall to invite those additional folks to the table. They have been working with the developer on what their expertise is and pricing. So if a person is a window person, then they came to the meeting, they found out what kind of windows are going to go into these homes. And then they're working with the developer on their pricing structure to make sure that the price of the home still stays within the parameters that we need. So we're using local people as much as possible for the development of these homes.
So when are the first homes going to be occupiable?
Well, the first home groundbreaking is not till mid-May.
Oh,
So, and I don't have that in front of me, Julie, or I would tell you. But right now, Otero County, because we're doing all 6 counties in our region, Otero County is one of the last counties that will be built. So they're not breaking ground till late fall of this year, with homes being finished in early 2024.
oh, okay.
So they'll
All right.
start over in Crowley County and then head east. Los Animas, city of Los Animas, I think is the end of May, 1st of June before they'll break ground there. And then they continue going east and south, and then they come back up to Otero County.
Oh, okay. So then phase 2 starts after they finish in Otero County's first phase, right?
Well, it's interesting because part of phase 2 is happening first. Because again, we have a contractor that's going to be doing phase 1, phase 2 in Crowley County. Crowley County has some individual homes, and then they have some duplexes, rentals. So phase 2 is the rental duplexes that are going to be built. So while the construction team is there, instead of going all the way through 6 counties and coming back and starting phase 2, they've decided to start those duplexes and the single family homes in Crowley County at the same time.
Cool. It's a great project.
Yeah, looking forward to being able to take some pictures, every day as things change.
Right.
Those are the 2 things I anticipated.
So does anybody have any questions for Danelle about any of the projects, either the projects she's mentioned? So OteroPartners.org is
Otero Partners, Inc.
Inc.
Yep.
But what's the website? Otero Partners.
Hold on, let me get it for you. OteroPartnersInc.com.
.com. Okay. All right. Are there any other questions for Danelle? Thanks, Danelle.
You bet.
Okay, I don't know, is Pam Dennehy on here? She was gonna represent City of La Junta and the
I'm
tourism.
The link that was in my email was not working, so I had to.
Oh, great. Good to
Kimmery
see you.
Sent it, so I'm here.
Okay, well, go ahead and tell us about tourism in La Junta.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. So just to give an overview for those that aren't familiar with La Junta Tourism, Lahana Tourism began in 2010 as an advisory board that manages and oversees the expenditures of a 4.5% lodging tax that's collected in all 8 lodging facilities in La Junta. So it is the charge of the Lahana Tourism Board to oversee those expenditures, and the revenue collected through the lodging tax can only be spent for tourism-related functions. So as a result of the lodging tax in 2021, we collected $221,094 at $94.19. Since we started collection in 2010, we have collected more than $1.8 million. So it's a great fund for us to be able to put towards tourism, and it's very specific of what we can spend that money on. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of the projects that we're working on. And I did want to just mention our board members real quick. Our chairman is John Yergert. We have Colleen Oquist, Ron Davis, Tracy Salzbrenner, who I think is on the call today as well, Rick Wallner, and then there's a seat for the city manager as well as the mayor. So Rick Klein and Joe Ayala both sit on that board. And I serve as the administrator for that board. So Julie, is it possible for me to share my screen? I wanted to share a couple things. If not, that's okay. We can.
I think so. Timory, can she share her screen? We're checking on it, Pam.
Okay, I can talk while we're figuring that.
Okay.
I was just excited to announce we're working on 2 exciting projects right now, and we had a tourism board meeting on Tuesday, and we just finalized our new logo that we created in partnership with VistaWorks out of Buena Vista through a grant that we received from the Colorado Tourism Office. So it's hot off the press, and I was looking forward to sharing it with everybody if I could. If not, that's okay. We also did a new sticker campaign that Tracy Salzbrenner headed up that has a QR code that's integrated with our logo that you'll start seeing pop up around businesses, restaurants, lodging facilities around town. That QR code will direct you to our Visit La Junta site.
Pam, Timory's gonna
Okay.
talk to you about the sharing the screen.
You should be, there should be a green button that says share screen or share.
It says host disabled part. You would have to grant me access to do it, so you would have to make me a co-host to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can work on doing that.
If not, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I don't know that we're going to get that accomplished
okay.
today.
That's okay. The other thing that we're excited to announce is we are the recipient of a $20,000 grant that we received from the Colorado Tourism Office, and this is their tourism management grant. And this is to launch an educational campaign to inspire responsible and respectful visitation during the annual tarantula migration that we have each fall. So we're very excited about this. The total grant will be $25,000 as we're going to be putting in $5,000 in matching funds. And what we're going to be doing with this is looking to build out the currently on Visit La Junta, we have just a tarantula migration page. And we're looking to build that out and to be a more dynamic microsite within Visit La Junta that will have more information on sustainability, the correct way to visit, leaving the tarantulas where they are, really focus on that safety and sustainability message. We've received a lot of feedback from folks. We even got a call, I think last summer, from a pet shop in Denver saying that people were taking the tarantulas from here and trying to sell them up in Denver. So just trying to get ahead of that messaging, also putting in some of the Care for Colorado principles about, picking up your trash, how to treat the land, wildfire safety, and all of that. So we're really excited about that, and this grant is going to be able to help us do that. And then with our new logo that we have, we're going to look to do kind of like a sub-brand where we're going to add the tarantula theme to it. So we'll have our Visit La Junta logo, and then we're going to, for the tarantula season, we'll have a tarantula themed Visit La Junta logo. in addition to that microsite, we're also going to be creating a one-pager informational sheet that we can have to hand out to restaurants, to businesses, to hotels, so that if people come in and they ask about the tarantula season, then Copper Kitchen or anywhere can hand these one sheets out. And also realizing that sometimes the cell phone service in the canyons where they're going to look, there's not cell phone service, so they'll be able to have this document that'll have the map and information on that. And then that's the main
Is there going to be a tarantula festival as like a one-day event or anything?
There actually is. There will be a tarantula festival. That is going to be a kind of a subgroup of the La Junta Tourism board. So the board isn't running that. Angela Ayala has taken that over. The grant that we received that I'm talking about is not in any way funding that festival. So it's two very different things that we're doing. The grant that we received is specifically for education and sustainability of the tarantula season in its entirety, and that's where the tourism board really is focusing their efforts. While the tarantula festival is great and will be great, we really feel as a board that it's important to promote the entire season so that somebody can come on a Tuesday and visit the tarantulas, as well as during Early Settlers Day or during that festival. So we're doing that in partnership with, but that is not a line item under this grant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, and then can you speak to the events can go to the tourism board for grants for their event, correct?
Yes. We do have an application for that up to $500. If it's over $500, it has to be approved by 2/3 of council. And the events are any events really that are open that are focusing on tourism and trying to bring people into the hotels. So a community event, while those are great events for our community, aren't always funded or aren't always considered tourism. They need to be outside and marketing outside of our local region to really be trying to draw tourists. The basic, simplest way we say it is heads and beds. Our job as the La Junta Tourism Board is to get people to stay in the hotels. If they stay in the hotels, that's what pays into the lodging tax. So one of our main drivers is heads and beds.
So how much a year do you approximately do you grant out for events in town?
It just depends on how many requests we get. Over the past couple years, as you can imagine with COVID, there haven't been events, so we've not granted out as much. But it just depends.
Okay.
And we are starting to see the events come back, and we've been really pleased by the numbers. We were down about 78% from 2020 to 2021. So it was, tourism took a really big hit because of the pandemic, and we rebounded really well in 2021. So we're hoping 2022 will be just as strong of a year.
Right. Does anybody have any questions for Pam about tourism or anything going on in La Junta that would bring heads to beds? So I guess not.
Okay.
So thank you, Pam, for joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rick Lovato, I see you're on there. If you'll come on and talk about what's going on in the school now that we're getting close to the end of school.
We are. I apologize. I'm going to have to talk and jump. I'm actually at a Communities That Care meeting right now. I came to the parking lot to sit in the car to do this. But one of the things from here, if you're not familiar with Communities That Care, it's preventative measures. Today, I'm here for the Key Leader Board, but we work to find ways to better serve our youth, preventative measures to keep them in school, away from drugs, work with families. And the last 2 years with the pandemic, we really took a hit and it's been out. So this is the first in-person meeting since 2020.
Oh, wow.
But something that might influence just about anybody in the room today, tomorrow they issue Youth Engagement Awards, and those open tomorrow. So if you are part of that list, look in your email and find ways to nominate young kids within the community that may want to be, you might want to recognize for something. And
Do they have to
so
be
on
from
the
La
lookout
Junta
for that.
School, Rick?
No. It's a Tri-County area, Otero, Benton, Crowley.
Okay.
It's combined effort, and so it can be any of those districts, any of the local schools. And that's a plug just for where I'm at today. I did want to mention the one thing I wanted to mention today. We're really trying to get some events back within the school district for parent community involvement. And on May 20th, we'll have a big outdoor event for our elementary schools, bouncy houses, fishing, cornhole tournament, a DJ, free food, just an opportunity for us to gather parents and kids. We're also going to invite local service providers. We're going to invite our first responders, our police and fire. We're also going to invite our counseling agencies. We still have a lot of parents and students that have been utilizing our mental health services that we've been able to provide, and just really use it as a chance to let people know what's available through the schools or around the schools, and have a positive day. It's been a long time since we been able to do this. We actually were planning on this when the pandemic hit in March of 2020. So we're excited to finally see it 2 years later get off the
And
ground.
where will it be, Rick?
It'll be at City Park.
Oh, at City Park. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the times on the 20th?
I want to say there is a flyer online. I don't have that right in front of me.
Okay.
But it's the majority of the day. It's on a Friday, and it's morning through early afternoon.
Oh, okay. So lunch is served then?
Lunch is served, yes.
Okay, great. So when does school dismiss then?
School dismisses, I believe it's the 26th of this month. Graduation is the 22nd, 7:30 p.m. Unfortunately, the pyrotechnic fireworks show is likely not to take place this year, which is a huge disappointment. But, given the circumstances with the fire dangers, we're trying to be as supportive as we can with that. So last day for kids, the 26th. It's been a really interesting year. We're glad kind of ending in a normal phase, a normal way. So hopefully it's something to build on for next year. Looking forward to summer activities being normal and kids being able to do what kids should do. So.
Right. So does anyone have any questions for Rick about school or any activities at school? Well, I thank you, Rick, and you get back into your meeting now.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. So now we're going to have Kimberly Gallegos come tell us about what's happening at the library. Kimberly?
Hi, thanks for letting me come on again. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
awesome. All right, so I wanted to spend some time today talking about, as I mentioned last time I was on, we've ended, tomorrow actually is our last day of story time and Friday fillers for the school year. So during the month of May, we don't do any programming, and it's because we have other things going on, and most of that is preparation for the summer reading program, which will begin June 1st and July 23rd. And hopefully I can come on another meeting. I'll also be sending out some printed materials on details for summer reading. But today I wanted to focus on, we've got our Friends of the Library annual book sale that will be starting on Saturday. So
This Saturday?
This Saturday,
Okay.
yes. And so it will be on our patio here at the library. The time is 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And so it will continue through, we're not open to the public in the library on Sunday, but the patio will be open for the book sale on Sunday, May 1st from 1 to 4, and then Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6. So I'll be sending out the calendar today, so you guys will see that on the calendar. Heather wanted me to ask that if you have any donations, maybe you're doing some spring cleaning, if you could get those out to us by Friday, that would be awesome. Our last year's book sale, we had tons of items for the sale because it was 2 years worth of accumulating donations. So we still have a good selection, but not near as many as we had last year. So if you could get those donations down to us by Friday, that would be awesome.
So that means we need to clean house this afternoon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because Friday is tomorrow. So then two more things that I want to plug. The summer reading program takes a whole staff effort to make it be successful, but it also would not be successful without our teens. So I put together a teen volunteer team. This is kind of an experience for teens to be able to experience what it would be like to apply for a job. So of course they're not getting paid for it, but they have to fill out an application. If they sell me on the application, I will call them in for an interview. And then from there, I will select our team. And so
How many do you have involved, Kimberly?
Well, we have varied over the years. We've had anywhere from 8 to 12, but we get a lot of applications. So I could end up with a dozen applications, or I could end up with 100 applications. Right. And so it's not realistic for me to take on everybody, of course. So some will get turned away. So this is why it's important for them to learn how to sell themselves as hard workers. And these volunteer hours will come into play with, job applications, college applications. This is the time of year that all the seniors that are getting ready to graduate, they're filling out their stuff. Miss Kimberly, will you fill out, will you write me a letter? And so I'm always happy to do that. So there's information about that on the calendar. The applications are available on our website, on Facebook, and we have printed copies in-house. So our last thing, and I mentioned this last time that I was on, is we have our 4th annual 6-word story contest coming up. And so we would love your help in spreading the word, but we would also love for you to participate. What this is it's a contest, and you will submit, participants will submit a 6-word story to me via email or by calling in. And we're not taking any paper entries. It's just much easier to keep track without all the paper. The contest will start May 1st, and the last day to turn in entries will be May 21st. There are 3 age categories: children, K through 6th grade, teens, 7th through 12th grade, and adults 18 and up. And for each of those categories, there will be a first place winner who will get $50, a second place winner who will get $20, and a third place winner who will get, second place is $30, third place is $20. And then we'll have 2 runner-ups. Each of those runner-ups in each category will get $10. Entries will be judged by a panel of community members. So no one here at the library, not me, no one on staff will be judging these. I'm just collecting them, and then our panel of judges will be the ones who select our winners. The winners for that contest will be June 6th. So since I still have a few more minutes, I'm going to go over the rules for the contest. Your story.
So, excuse me, Kimberly, you announced the winners on June 6th?
Yes, we will announce the winners on June 6th. Last day to turn those in, though, is May 21st. That gives our judges. And
how many entries have you gotten in the past year?
Last year, we got over 100.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, 2020 was slim. I can't give you a number. I can't remember how many we had. What's kind of cool is we've had some teachers even that will give it as an assignment for their students, and then maybe for extra credit. So, if you are a teacher, you're in the school, that would be a suggestion that I could make to get more people involved, and who doesn't want a chance at getting some cash.
Right.
So here are some of the rules. Your story must contain only 6 words. Your story may contain only 1 contraction. Your story must be your original work. Each contestant may submit 1 6-word story. And then this is kind of a catch that, you know, it's going to be on the flyer. We have had people outside of these areas that we have to not put into our contest, but you must reside in Otero, Crowley, or Bank counties. Your stories, again, can be submitted to me May 1st through May 21st. And my email is kimberly.gallegos@lahuntacolorado.org. You need to include your full name, your age or grade if that applies, your phone number, and your address. And then there's just a disclaimer at the bottom that says, by entering the 6-word story contest, you give Woodruff Memorial Library the right to post your story and name in the media. So I also want to plug that our sponsor, we have a different sponsor every year. Sangre de Cristo has been a sponsor, Valleywide has been a sponsor, and the Woodruff Memorial Library Friends are sponsoring our contest this year. Valleywide was also a sponsor. They ran some half sheet flyers for us that we distributed to, most of those went to the schools. And then Dr. Patrick Smith, this was his, you know, this was happening at a library where he and his family used to go, and he really wanted to see it happen here at our library. And he's just been great about getting, you know, the ball rolling. And so it's just a fun thing for our community. So please help us spread the word. Again, May 1st through the 21st, the 6-word story contest. And I will email, because I don't know that I have everybody's emails. I'll just email this information and the book sale information to Julie, and then maybe she can forward it out to everybody that's.
I'll get it if
contacts.
you wanted to send it to me, Kimberly, or we'll get it to the chamber and we can put it on our insider. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Kimberly about the 6-word contest or anything else?
Hey, Julie, this is Cynthia. If you want to forward that to me, I can maybe get it on the homeschoolers Facebook page.
Okay, great.
Great.
We'll
Thank
do
you.
that. Okay, thanks, Kimberly. Okay, now we're going to hear from Hannah Bates. I saw her on. She's going to be talking to us about a new program that's coming through Southeast Health Group, and it's kind of headquartered in Rocky Ford, but would you share with us about the Rocky Ford Coffee Break Project?
Okay. So my name is Hannah Bates. I am originally from Otero County. I was a Malden there. I work for Southeast Health Group as the Agriculture Outreach Coordinator. We have branched out, reaching into the agriculture community with the Coffee Break Project, where the farmers and ranchers are able to come in, have coffee, have donuts on Mondays and Wednesdays, get together, talk about any issue that they're having on the farm, financially, mentally, physical therapy if they're needed, and then I outsource them to where the outlets that they need to go. If they're searching for physical therapy, we have a wellness center in La Junta. If they are needing financial help, we have one of our sponsors is First National Bank, that we can send one of them over there to talk to Jeremy Muth, who is on our Agricultural Advisory Committee. If they are suffering with mental illness or anything that they need addressed, then they can talk with us here, or we can branch them out to a therapist in the facility.
So how has the reception been for this? Do the farmers and ranchers drop in and have coffee and a donut, or how's it working?
So they have, since we started, we opened the end of September. I believe the 22nd of September was our first host of coffee and donuts. We have had 100 different farmers and ranchers come in through the building. We have put on different little things. We have like a comment training, which shows you how to engage in people that are suffering with mental illness, or just trying to be that ear out in the public so that they can talk with you. And if you feel that you aren't comfortable in the conversation, you can forward them over to us, and then we'll take them from there as like a warm handoff, so that they don't feel that you just drop them in the conversation because it got too messy and sticky. And so we've had quite a few ranchers and farmers. They've come in, you know, with their concerns about the pesticides and sprays and all the rules and regs that are changing with water and everything going on. So we had Sam Rogge from Jetstream Air come. He did a presentation on how much the sprays and pesticides are going to cost this year, like kind of ease their minds about what we're doing and what's going on in the community and how we just kind of need to navigate it together, and that everyone is here for each other. So, and they come in, and it might be as little as, you know, they're talking about their dogs or their kids or whatever they want to talk about. And they always ask, do you record it? Are you taking notes? That's not what this building and what this project is geared toward. It's just to give them a place to come and to talk to each other and know that everyone is having the same struggles, so that they don't feel alone out in the community.
That's a great program.
Thank you.
So can you tell the audience about where your office is and the building that you're in and kind of what's happening, because it's so visible as you stop right there at the stoplight in Rocky Ford?
Correct. So my office is at 955 Swink Avenue. It's right here on the westbound lane headed out of Rocky Ford. It's changed a lot since I started in August. We put new windows in. They're painting it right now. So it is a sandy brown colored building front, and every business that is connected with us is part of Southeast, from the Pier House to the barber to Hannamuth to myself, and then T-Shirt Palace. This summer will be on the corner in the two corner buildings. And then our primary care physician's office is just right around the like catty corner from us.
Oh,
so we're kind of considering it like a healthcare mall, where any business, any door that is associated with Southeast Health, if somebody is struggling, having an issue, they can go to any one of those door fronts, and we will help get them to where they need to go and to what services they need.
wow, that's terrific. So what's the anticipated date, like this summer when T-Shirt Palace moves over there? The building will be all renovated by then, or?
We are hoping T-Shirt Palace, I believe their move-in date is middle to end of June. So they should be in. We'll have a clothing and kind of a food pantry, where if somebody is coming out of domestic violence, if they're homeless, traveling through, need clothes, need some food, then we'll have that as well. Hannamuth is part of our alternative healthcare team management, where if they are having issues, then they can take a voucher from Southeast Health Group, and then she will do the massage therapy, acupuncture, and there's quite a few chiropractors and massage therapists that contribute to that program as well.
Right. Very good.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions for Hannah about her program or anything that's in the building there?
This is Cynthia again.
No, you're good.
We actually just took our volunteers into the tour of all the facilities there that Southeast has put in. Hannah's space is beautiful, by the way. We all just wanted to hang up there all day. The comment training she was talking about I think would be useful for anyone. We're going to try and take a group over there to do that. And the Pier House is awesome. Southeast has done such a good job with that building and putting in lovely spaces. I just can't even say enough good things about what Southeast has done there.
Thank you.
Thank you. So obviously Cynthia knows what's going on over there. So anybody else have any questions for Hannah? So we thank you for joining us today, Hannah. We'll keep watch on the building. So when it's finished, we'll stop by and see you. Have coffee and donuts.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. So now we're going to hear from Erica Halsey, who is a paralegal in the Office of the Colorado Legal Services. And she's going to talk about the Regional Resource Roundtable. So Erica, are you here? Yes.
I am here. I apologize for my voice. I've lost my voice over the last.
Sakes.
But, it's much better today, so hopefully you can understand me.
Good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm Erica Halsey. I am a paralegal with Colorado Legal Services. I've been with Colorado Legal Services for a little over a year. And in November, my managing attorney and I were like, we're just fed up with not knowing the local resources to very much extent. So we sat down and we thought, we wish an organization existed that was geared more towards indigent. And so we came up with 3R, and we invited a few members to start. We did kind of an ugly sweater party in December over Zoom, and there were about 5 people that came. And over the course of the next few months, we've got an average of 15 to 20 people that attend our meetings now. We're just growing and we can't be happier. But the Regional Resource Roundtable brings helpful empowerment to indigent community members by sharing local resources throughout the 16th JD. We meet once a month at the library. We go around the table and we just share what we bring to the community, and it's been really, really helpful so far. I've learned a lot about local organizations that I had no idea that they were even offering or that they did.
So what day of the month, Erica, do you meet?
It's not always the same day. We work around the library's schedule. So yeah, if you want to attend, we absolutely would love it. You just email me or Kimberly Gallegos from the Woodruff Memorial. She's helping me a lot too. So you could always email her and she'd let me know.
Okay.
I'll send that out to everybody. But yeah, we've been rotating a spotlight speaker the last couple of months. And this next month, so we are meeting on May 19th at 8:30 in the morning at the library. And CLS, we will be talking about the Emergency Rental Assistance Program and its availability right now. People getting help with rent due to COVID and how to apply and all of that stuff.
Wow. So how many organizations make up, like how many resources do you have on this laying on the table?
Well, it's different every time. We've had hospice come, we have Southeast come, we have Arkansas Valley Resource Center, Valleywide's been present there, Lahana Insurance has been present there, the DHS. It's been a variety of many, many different organizations.
So do you have a database that has all of these things in it?
I've been just keeping track of who's coming and who's telling us what they do and sending it out to everybody who attended so they know. I learned something fantastic about the hospice that I had no idea. So I wanted to make sure everybody in the organization knew that. And just little things like that that we don't realize that's happening that we can use so we don't have to reinvent the wheel.
And what Hannah Bates from Southeast Health Group just shared about the coffee project in Rocky Ford would be a resource.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Little things like that. We love to have people come and tell us all about.
Now, are the meetings open to the public, the monthly meetings?
Yes. Yes. Anybody who can come. We've had a guy that's new to the Valley. He came and told us about his counseling services. We have anybody is welcome.
Okay. Are there any youth organizations represented here?
Right now, not really. I guess the library would be more of the youth connected of them all, but not really.
Okay. Wow, that's a terrific resource in our community.
Yeah.
So,
Can I also
does anybody
add,
have any questions, Kimberly?
Sure. I just wanted to add, I want to give thanks to Erica because she has really done a lot of work at bringing everything together that's been discussed. So yeah, that I was thinking when you said, Julie, is this in a database or somewhere where somebody could access it? Maybe Erica and I can talk about, maybe we can even create a Facebook page or something like that that would be an access to anybody, but anybody is welcome. One of the things that also we had talked to Erin and Erica about initially was that people come into the library and our hands are tied on so many things. We can help them in so many ways, but there are so many things that we can't do. So one of the examples would be somebody comes in, we can get them to the website where they need to fill out a form or an application, but then legally we cannot help them fill the form or paper out. But now we know people that can help fill out those things, and we don't just have one place, we have multiple places. What Erica says about finding out so many things that you never knew, it is amazing. So it's kind of like the benefits that we get from the BLT, but we're in person every time that we meet, and we're actually giving resources. So Heather has actually vamped up our slat wall in the library, and now it is a resource slat wall. So all the business cards, all the brochures, all the paper literature that we've been collecting over all these meetings, there's now a central location for people to pick up that stuff, so that when people come in and they say, you know, I don't know if I shared one time when we first opened back up, we had a guy that was washing up in the bathroom. Legitimate reason, he had a job interview. We were happy for him, but Heather gave him the literature for the Pier House and said, well, there's actually a place where you can go shower, you can go wash your clothes. And so just being able to share some of these resources is the whole point behind all of this. Like,
Right.
we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We need to have more communication with each other. And these are all these meetings like the BLT that we're sharing these things so that we're in the know. But yes, we are more than happy to have anybody that wants to come. Erica, is it correct to say that the upcoming, maybe the June meeting, that we're going to get to do a tour of the La Junta Pier House?
Yeah, for sure. Let me look. I do have that date shared somewhere here, but we will be doing.
And the Pier House in La Junta is a project of Southeast Health Group, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
June
ma'am.
23rd.
June what?
June 23rd is the day that we will go tour the Pier House here in La Junta and hear from Southeast.
Okay, that's terrific. Well, I think this is is a great resource. I always also like the coffee project. That's a great resource for our farmers and ranchers. So this is a very interesting and get to know what's going on in our community BLT today. So does anybody have any questions for Erica? So we thank you for being on, Erica, and we'll look forward to having you again sometime.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we're going to hear from Maureen Rickoff, who's the Director of International Relations at Otero College. So Maureen, you want to tell us about what's going on at Otero College?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm the Director of the International Relations Program. And anyone who's ever had any interaction with the college knows that our presence of having international students on the campus is a long, long tradition. I love talking to alumni that live here in La Junta, and they all have stories and memories of, the student from Iran that was in one of their classes, or, So I love that there's a long tradition at Otero College, bringing the world to Otero, as I like to say. We currently have 52 students who are studying at Otero. They represent 20 different countries. Wow. And even just the difference from last year to this year, we have quite the variety of countries that kids come from. Australia, Canada, Japan, and Spain are our biggest contributors, but we have kids from Brazil, Colombia, Senegal, South Africa, and we do have 2 students from Russia that are on our campus right now. So that has made for a bit of an interesting spring, and some really fantastic conversations with them and trying to figure out what they need, because they both head home back to Russia next week. So it's opportunities and conversations that you can't anticipate ahead of time. And that's what makes the role of this on our campus so special, I think, is that our domestic students having the opportunity to talk to the international students, I think, is priceless. So the year program is the program that brings students from Russia, but we also are reestablishing our partnership with the CBYX program. That's the Congress Bundestag Youth Exchange, and So that will be students from Germany who will be coming in the fall and taking classes. And then they have an internship component to their program. So anyone who's ever hosted before, please, 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 please reach out to me. I would like to know about your experiences in the past, and if you are interested in hosting again. Certainly looking for host families just for the German students. The Russian program, they house their students in the residence halls at this time. That might change eventually, but that's where it is right now.
So are not all of the international students in the residence halls? Or do they?
No, we have some, because we have some students who are nursing students. They're a little bit older. We have a couple of women, one from China and one from Kenya, who are both older, and they both live off campus. And so not all of them live in the residence hall.
Oh, okay.
But they either, a handful live off campus. We do not currently have anybody with host families. Just pandemic kind of changed that, but we're getting back to it this coming fall.
Oh, okay.
So we do try to pair up all of the students though with a friendly family. It's the idea of having a family you can connect with here, but they don't live with you. So there's not the commitment of finding a spare bedroom in your house. It just means maybe having dinner with them once a month and letting them have your phone number. So if they need a trip to Walmart or something, you're just exactly what it sounds like, a friendly family. So that's a way people can be involved as well.
Very good. So now how do you get those friendly families? Do people have to call you or?
Call or email. We put out a few, we asked folks on the campus, so maybe 20% are Otero employees or families. But then we put it out on our Facebook page, and we had a lot of people respond. We reached out to people who had done it previously, and I think anybody who has connected with an international student in the past knows that every student is very different and wants to find out what the next student is like. Right. So we really didn't have a lot of trouble coming up with 50 plus families that agreed to be a part of it. But there's always kids that would appreciate a family that's local that wants to be connected with them. So always can take more names and numbers of people who are interested, and they can just contact us.
Okay.
Easiest way to find anything at the college is otero.edu and search in the website. I think we have a good website for finding different programs and people on our campus.
Right. Okay, good.
Yeah. One last plug, we do Lunch and Learns the first Wednesday of every month. We'll start up again in September. We had our last one, let's see, what was it? April 6th or 5th, I guess. We had our students from Mexico present. So we'll get started again in September. Students, or sometimes just one student from that country, will present about their country and answer questions from folks in the Otero community. We have good community support for that. If any of the students are athletes, usually their whole team comes to watch them and support them. So it's a lot of fun.
And the Lunch and Learns are open to anybody, not just college students, correct?
Anybody can come. We welcome anyone to come. The Rotary Club often will come and join us for our Lunch and Learns. We have a little following of people that certainly try to come to each of them. So first Wednesday of every month, and it's in the Learning Commons, formerly known as the library. So
very good.
Yeah. So one last date. Everybody put it on your calendar. International Foods Night, a long tradition in La supporting international students. It'll be on Thursday, November 10th this fall. We did move the event to the fall. So you can look forward to that, and would love to have everyone come up to the campus and participate in that.
Very good. Yeah, mark your calendars for International
Yeah.
Food Night. Yeah.
Yep.
So does anybody have
All
any
right.
questions for Maureen about the International Relations Program at Otero College? I guess not, but thank you, Maureen. That's very interesting. Do these students then, all of the international students go home at the end of this, well, in just a few days, probably?
Most do. Some stay in, some of them are still taking summer classes. The medical lab technician students, they go through the summer. But for the most part, yes, they go home.
Okay, yeah.
And then come back in August.
Right, very good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing. We'll hear about it again sometime.
Yeah, I would love to. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And now we have Tracy Salzbrenner, who is the director for the upcoming musical, Matilda, the musical production, which will be produced this summer at the Picket Wire Center for Performing and Visual Arts. So Tracy, can you share with us?
Hi, can you? Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, so we have auditions coming up May 3rd and 5th for Picket Wire's summer musical, which is Matilda, the musical. So we're really excited. It's a really fun show. If you don't know about it, you know, there was a movie on Matilda. So it's just to give you kind of a brief little what for about it. It's about Matilda, who is a little girl with astonishing wit, intelligence, and psychokinetic powers. There's some cruel parents, but then there's a really lovely school teacher. And it just kind of follows Matilda and the teachers, and it's a really fun show. So there's also a really mean school headmistress, Miss Trunchbull, who hates children and loves thinking up new punishments for those who don't abide by her rules. So
that sounds like Miss Hannigan and Annie.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Typically, it's kind of funny, that role. It is Miss Trunchbull, but it is typically played by a male that is female presenting. So it's usually like a really big statured man. So it's kind of funny. So we're really excited to have these auditions and to put the show on. It's been a couple years for a straight summer musical, so we're excited to get kind of back in action.
So
I have a great team of people.
How big is the cast?
The cast, they'll say like 20, but it's really our preference. So, you know, if we feel like some certain scenes need more students or more parents, it's kind of around our purview. So, but I would say probably at least a solid 25.
Okay, great. And young people and adults.
Yeah, I mean, I've had casts with cast and orchestra. We also have live orchestra, which is going to be under the direction of James Lind, and Dean Reese is going to be our vocal director. So the musical talent is just, I mean, who doesn't want to work with those two? They're just amazing. Right. So we have Desiree Goheen, who does choreography. Jen Jackson has also agreed to help with choreography. So you know, we have a great team of people, so it's awesome. They're already kind of getting started. Cameron, my husband, Cameron Salzbrenner, and Scott Goheen and Zach Zamora, they've already started working on set design, and this show features a really cool swing set that is the entire stage. So we are having, actually Malcolm Muth is going to make us some custom brackets for a very large swing set that we will have on the stage. So it's just going to be a really fun time. And we're really encouraging people, not only children, but adults, to come out and audition. You know, all of these kids have to have parents and teachers. And, you know, that's the beauty of community theater, is we can, right. I mean, we're asking for ages 5 to 100, you know, so it's available for anyone, and it's just a really fun time.
So what are the dates again of the production?
The production dates are going to be July 20, 21, 22, and 23.
Okay. At the Picket Wire Center for Performing Arts. So
Yep. And auditions again are May 3rd and 5th from 6:30 to 8:30. You don't have to be there at 6:30. You can come at 7 or 8. We do them one at a time, individual. So it's as you get there. We ask people come prepared to sing something for us. If you can sing something from the musical, that's great. If not, just anything is fine. Dean Reese will be accompanying on the piano. So if you have any sheet music you can bring, he can play. And then we set out scripts, or what we call cuttings, and we'll have them all prepared for different characters. So you can come in and read over the cast and see what roles are available. And then you can put down that I'd like to audition for this one, but I would do whatever. And we may have multiple people read for multiple different roles just to see how it feels. And yeah, so.
Very good.
Yeah.
I hope that, I'm looking forward to it. I love live theater, so.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be really fun. And I'm really excited to get the live orchestra back in that pit. And, it's always fun because we always get a little bit more involvement, and having 10 more people down there is just great. And it's really awesome. So
now how does the orchestra form? Do people try out for the orchestra too, or not?
So you can always come to auditions that night and just fill out an audition form that you're interested in, playing, and put what you are. And then I would just pass that along to James. And typically James, he has some people in his arsenal, or asks, we definitely have some ask, but if there's somebody that plays an instrument, the more the merrier. Please come to auditions and fill out a form and let us know your interest. And that goes for backstage people too. There are a lot of people that want to be involved in the community theater, but they maybe don't want to be on stage. We always need help with set. We always need help with backstage or ushers, so if it's something that somebody in the community just wants to be involved with, that's the best time I say to come to auditions and just fill out a form, so that we have a phone number and we can contact you. Anyone can always contact us on our website, www.picketwireplayers.org, or we're on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay. Wow, there's lots going on there. So does anybody have any questions for Tracy about the theater or tryouts or anything? Well, we thank you for that, Tracy.
Thank you.
We'll look forward
Thanks
to
for
seeing
having me.
Matilda.
Yes, thank you.
Is Cynthia Sollenberger still on? Yes. Cynthia, we have a few minutes here at the end. Do you want to tell us about the CASA luncheon that happened a week ago, I think?
Yep, a little over a week ago. It was great. It was a huge success. Our goal was to raise $20,000, and we're probably closer to a little over $28,000. So
Very
we
good.
exceeded. It's the best fundraiser to date. I really just wanted to thank everyone who turned out. There were several people that were on today that were there. You were there. You hosted the table. You did a great job. So it was so nice to just have our friends and neighbors back in a room together.
Right.
So it was great, and we're just really thankful for everyone who supported us.
Well, very good. So we're very blessed to have all of the resources, as we've heard today, in the community for adults and kids alike. So
Yeah,
thank you
definitely
for what you do at CASA. So is there anybody else on here that has anything they'd like to share? We just have a few minutes. I thank everybody that has tuned in, zoomed in today. Hope you've learned something. I always come away from these learning something. So we look forward to having you in May, the last Thursday in May, which I'm not sure what that date is, just the last Thursday. So anyway, have a great day, and thank you for joining us on the April Business Lunch and Talk. Thank you. Okay, so I stopped the video.